The laughter hit me first, her laughter, in the middle of the courtroom right after my son stumbled over his words. A small, cruel chuckle that cut through the air sharper than any verdict ever could. She sat there, my daughter-in-law, in her designer suit and poisoned smile, pretending to be the victim. Her lawyers flanked her like vultures. And when my son tried to explain himself, trembling, voice cracking, she looked back at her family, smirked, and said loudly enough for the gallery to hear, "Pathetic, just like his father." The courtroom laughed. But then the judge saw me walk in, and everything went still. He froze mid-sentence, eyes widening like he'd seen a ghost. His voice dropped to a whisper. "Why are you here?" Because he knew, he remembered. I wasn't supposed to be there, not according to her. She'd made sure I was out of the picture long ago, legally, emotionally, even in reputation. She'd painted me as a manipulator, the cold father who ruined his son's marriage. She was clever, I'll give her that. When my son first brought her home, I believed she was a blessing. She was warm, articulate, ambitious, the kind of woman who looks you in the eye and makes you forget to blink. My wife adored her. My son was obsessed. But I saw something early on. Not love, calculation. I ignored it, because my boy was finally happy, and after his mother's death, happiness was rare. But happiness built on manipulation doesn't last. It started with subtle things, my son isolating himself, selling assets without reason, withdrawing from his friends. Then, late one night, he called me. His voice was hollow. "She wants to divorce me, Dad, and she says she'll take everything." She'd already filed false abuse claims, financial deceit. She'd even forged messages to show emotional cruelty, the kind of precision only a lawyer's daughter could pull off. But what she didn't know was that I had once trained the man presiding over her case, the same judge who had whispered my name that morning. And I had taught him one rule: always know who's really on trial. I didn't console my son, not then. Emotion wouldn't save him. Evidence would. So I started digging, quietly. Her father ran a law firm, one that handled offshore accounts. Her brother managed consultancy funds. And her mother was on the board of a charity that somehow never filed taxes correctly. Within 3 weeks, I had what I needed: bank transfers, hidden properties, falsified invoices, every brick of her family's empire built on deceit. But I didn't expose it, not yet. I let the divorce hearings go on, let her play her victim act, let her mock my son. Every insult, every smug look, every fake tear, I stored it like ammunition. Until the day of the final hearing. When the judge saw me walk in behind my son, he understood. He adjusted his glasses, looked at me once, then at her, and said, "Before we proceed, I'd like to address some recent findings." Her smile vanished. Her lawyer shifted uncomfortably. Then the first document dropped. "Mrs. Harris," the judge said, voice cold, "can you explain these transactions linking your family's firm to offshore laundering networks?" She froze. Her father stood up, stammering about irrelevance to the case. "Sit down," the judge ordered. "This court does not tolerate perjury." I watched her eyes flicker, from arrogance to confusion to fear. It was beautiful. Within minutes, her entire strategy collapsed. The evidence tied her family's firm to financial fraud and document tampering, including false statements used in this very case. Her lawyer begged for recess. The judge refused. He looked at her and said quietly, "This hearing isn't about divorce anymore." And then he looked at me. Just a small nod. That was enough. She tried to reach me after the session, outside the courthouse, her voice trembling, mascara bleeding into her tears. "You destroyed us," she said. I looked at her, calm as silence. "No," I said, "you destroyed yourselves. I just turned on the lights." Her father's firm was seized within a month. Her brother was indicted. My son got full custody of their child, the house, and his name cleared. People called it poetic justice, but I didn't do it for poetry. I did it because power without accountability becomes cruelty. And she thought no one was watching. Now, every time I walk past that courthouse, I remember the moment the judge whispered in shock, the moment truth walked back into the room she thought she owned. And I smile. Because revenge isn't about shouting in anger. It's about walking in quietly and letting silence do the talking.